Hello, good morning. There's something about growing plants from seed that kind of touches the soul, isn't there? First, you plant the seed that's no bigger than less than half a centimetre in diameter. Then you watch it grow, slowly but surely. And then in 3 months' time, you're able to eat from that very plant that you planted back in the spring. And a few of you might have noticed that on my channel page, I actually have a photo of our allotment. It's not a very good one because the profile space for the photo there is a bit strange, that it elongates the photo, but I'm sure you're able to make out that it's kind of like an allotment type place. And I actually took that photo 3 weeks ago when there was still about a metre of snow up there, which is quite incredible. And what does that mean when there's so much snow? Well, here in Finland, we only really get one good growing season, just because of geographically where we are. Finland is a long country. It's a little bit shy of 1,200 kilometers in length. And if I remember rightly, a third of Finland roughly is within the Arctic Circle, but only a third, which leaves about 800 kilometers outside of the Arctic Circle. And in actual fact, where we live here in southern Finland, we're at the same amount of degrees in longitude as the northern part of Scotland, we're at 60 degrees north. And if you have a good growing season, you can kind of start planting things at the allotment around the middle of May. And if you're lucky and you get a nice long hot summer with a few barbecues in between, a few nice cold beers after a hard day's work at the allotment, you could be looking at growing stuff until the end of August. But the last 2 years haven't really been like that. They've been quite difficult. And as you've probably seen, some of you, from previous video footage that I've taken, we still have a lot of snow here. And it's this type of snow that's been very slowly thawing away during the day when the temperatures get to just above freezing. And then during the night time, when it gets to below -5, -6, it freezes again, it refreezes. So it's like we have a very early mini case of tiny glaciers here. And I guess that's how glaciarization all starts, isn't it? Of course, here in the summer, it all melts away. But so anyway, what I'm trying to get at is my friend who shares the allotment with me and my wife went up to the allotment a few days ago, and there was still about 20 or 30 centimeters of snow up there. And we have these two compost baskets actually that were about a meter high, and they were 3/4 covered. And what it means is the longer the snow takes to melt, then the longer it takes the ground, and I mean the ground underneath the surface of the soil, to warm up. Now, that brings its own problems, because different plants are like children in a way. They're all individuals. They're all different, and some of them are more sensitive than others. Some plants need warmer conditions, some are more robust and can put up with cooler conditions. But for example, last year, and because this isn't our full-time job, it's just a hobby, although we grow quite a lot at our allotment, we planned to plant the peas and some other bits and pieces on a certain weekend, because like normal people, we have holidays and work. I have family that live abroad back in England. And so we decided to plant the peas regardless of how warm or cold the soil was. And unfortunately for us, because last winter was a pretty long winter like this one, the soil was still at about 6 degrees, which isn't really warm enough for things like peas that need a 2 or 3 degrees warmer soil temperature at 5 to 6 centimeters deep. But we planted them regardless, and we knew that we were making a bit of a mistake. And, well, you've already guessed it. You can't cheat nature. They didn't all germinate, the peas. So although we did get some in June and July, some nice peas, we didn't get the yield that we should have got. And in Finland, I guess we're living on a knife edge as far as the longevity of the winter is, and then how early the winter returns. So, for example, this winter, as you can already see, we're already in the middle of April, and we still have a lot of snow at the allotment, which is, like I've already said, this hard packed snow. And the longer that takes to melt, the longer the ground will take to warm up. And then all those nice seedlings that we're growing at home already, we always start growing them at home in a room temperature. The later we're able to take some of those to the greenhouse, like tomatoes, for example. Tomatoes in Finland, it's like a lost cause just to hope that the summer's going to be warm enough and plant them outside. They have to go to the greenhouse. They're fussy things, and the nighttime temperatures here in May can be quite cold still, and it looks as though this May won't be any exception. And it's no good if the temperature in the greenhouse is 30 degrees by day when the outside temperature is about 18, 19, and then if the temperature goes down to about 3 or 4 degrees at night, the tomatoes just won't make it. So we've noticed since we've had our allotment, we've had it now, I think this is our 8th or 9th season. I can't remember. It's a rented allotment, and at least last spring was quite cold like this one. And we're noticing that as well as the winter dragging on, the snow, the first real snow that actually sticks to the ground, it's coming now more like in November, middle of November, end of November. So it means that the summer is shortening from both sides, which is a bit of a problem. I mean, luckily we don't have the situation where we're relying on everything we grow to keep us alive. We do go to the shop, of course, like everybody else. But the whole reason why we started this whole project was because we were already aware that there's going to come this time where food prices take a skyrocket. And now we're really seeing it now. And I have a lot to say about that. But that belongs to another video. I don't want to keep this too long. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I think that the seedlings we have at home probably won't be able to go into the ground here, judging by the weather we have at the moment. They won't be able to go into the ground at the allotment until the end of May. And of course, the later you plant things here in Finland, because of the one growing season, the later they'll be big enough to give you a good yield and produce vegetables. And then you're kind of relying, you're throwing the dice on, will the autumn be cold or hot? Or warm, should I say. So yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to give a short video from our apartment. I'm going to take a video of our seedlings that we've got growing. We have various different types of vegetables growing at home. And I'll upload that during the week sometime. But from a sunny, chilly morning here, I hope you all have a nice day. If I'm not able to upload my next video until after Easter, have a really lovely Easter with your family, with your friends. Enjoy being together and take care.